Lifeline Australia is a national charity providing all Australians with emotional assistance and mental health support. Call 131114, site www.lifeline.org.au.
Hello! This is 29.8 Buffalo Radio, your local morning radio. Today with me I have two very special guests with me, Joshua and Jaden. G'day guys.
G'day.
Yo.
So guys, I'd just like to ask, I have a couple questions about it. So Joshua, can you tell me what depression is?
I feel as though depression is something that men don't usually express, and it's something where you're in a bad state of mind and you're not feeling well, you're not feeling happy, and you're not willing to associate with others. And I feel as though with young men it is very, very common, and it's not a good thing. And I feel as though we all need to chip in and just start a conversation about it. So if we just ask a simple question like, "Are you okay?" It can go a long way for someone, and it can honestly change their life.
Thanks Josh, that was really good. Now Jaden, by any chance, would you happen to know the suicide rates in Australia, especially for men?
There's 1 in 8 Australian men who experience depression in their life, and almost four boys in each class experience depression. When you're in a depressed state, you normally feel or want to feel left out and alone, and want to isolate yourself from others.
So if you guys didn't know, we are now taking calls from you guys listening. We have our first caller, Louis. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, here, mate.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. What are you up to?
Oh, yeah, mate, just doing the show. Whereabouts are you from, mate?
Well, I'm from Broken Hill. I'm a 37-year-old tradie driving up to work, you know.
Oh, that's really cool. I actually have a mate from Broken Hill, and it's shocking to know that suicide in remote areas like Broken Hill is 1.7 times higher than people from a city-based area. Did you know that?
No, mate, that's a really interesting factor. Man, that's very scary to hear that.
Yeah, it is too. Look, we have our first question for you. What are the key aspects of the man code that you think need to change?
Well, I believe that the first one that needs to be changed is really the fact that men don't need to show their emotions. They do. It's like so many people don't show their emotions and take their life. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be expressing ourselves. There's many areas that people can get help from, and many people, even if you don't have a family or something. And like, we're always this leads into toxic masculinity. Like, everyone just sits here and does what thinks that, oh, you can get built. Yeah, you can get built, but like, never like keep your emotions in or do anything like that. But like, you always gotta like release your emotion and never take it to a point where you take your life.
Yeah, mate, that's right. And I'm sure that's regarding the man code of like a man shouldn't cry, should act really tough.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Like, all of it is just like, you don't cry, you don't do this, you back up your mates.
It's not like that, is it?
No, like, you back up your mates, you just don't, like, when you need to cry, you have a cry. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with having a cry.
Alright, now we have our second question. Why do you think that it is men that suffer mostly from mental health and its effects?
Man, it's probably just the man code. Literally, you sit there, you have no one to speak to,
You don't really have an outlet, do you?
Yeah, you don't. Like, you really don't. Like, you just sit there, you go out, like, you have a couple of beers with your mates. It's the only way you can really get rid of it. And like, if you get to speak to a woman, you're scared that they won't really understand what you're going through or something. But like, they really like, they can find a way to express it. They're really close with their mates and can say that to each other.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have that.
Oh yeah, that's so true. Look, thanks Louis for calling in. Glad to talk to you, but I'll talk to you later, mate.
Yeah, alright, see you,
Bye-bye.
man.
So look, I'm about to pass the mic over to guest Joshua. Here he is. He's here to talk about the initiative of Gus Worland and his foundation. Here you go, Josh.
How you doing, Angus? Yeah.
Alright.
So basically, I've thought of an idea where it's something that you can participate in school as well, because we've had some great support from Mr. Barry Donnellan, and as well as watching the Man Up show with Gus Worland, I've come up with an idea. And so basically, you're just going to write down how you're feeling, because I know that sometimes it's difficult to speak out on how you're feeling, especially talking to another bloke. It's hard to initiate that conversation, and I understand that. I go through the same thing. But if you write it down on a piece of paper, you don't really have to go through that sort of stuff. And at the end of the day, you're going to place your feelings in a rubbish bin, and anyone can go out and pick out a piece of paper, and you can read someone's story. And I feel as though it can open up a conversation, because you might hear something that you might not expect, because these are the people that you go to school with every day. And it's really good to engage a conversation at the start. And I know it's sometimes hard, but expressing your feelings is really good.
Oh, mate, well said, well said. All right, Joshua, thanks for your time here.
What we learned from this interview was the key concepts of the Man Code and why men suffer the most from mental illnesses. We also learned that suicide rates in remote areas are 1.7% higher than suicide in major.
Yeah, so that's all for today. On KBBL 28.9 Buffalo Radio. Enjoy the rest of your morning while listening to some Tay Tay Swift. This is Angus Wall, 29.8 Radio.